So just to let you know, I'm definitely going to be using some nicknames for some cards because I really get tired of these names, and these names are actually insane as far as this deck is concerned. But with Magikey, guys, I wanted to look into it. Been meaning to do it for a little while, but I wanted to fully grasp the new stuff that's going to come out versus the best way to play it right now versus baseline combos, and you kind of have to run them all into each other. As far as the Mafia card, being able to actually dump either a normal of fire or water or light, whatever you build the deck to be able to stop, is pretty much going to be important when you get to the other ritual, the bigger ritual. But for Battle Buster, which is a tuner and a monster that's really easy to summon because you can just dump one, it's really interesting to build off of the deck and then go from there. As far as Magikey World, the card allows you to actually profit 2 cards each and every time, and that's what helps bridge the gap with this deck being just not quite good enough. It's just not enough of power compared to some of the other meta decks, and that's why nobody can really figure it out, as well as O-Lion isn't actually legal, which makes it a real issue because you just don't have the same power plays that you potentially could if you did have O-Lion legal, which would be built off of the Auroradon stuff, which I'll get into a little bit later in this video. But as far as this one, again, the bigger ritual, I'm not doing the names because these names are actually ridiculous, just like all Yu-Gi-Oh names are pretty much ridiculous in a TCG. But being able to sit on the bigger ritual allows you to be able to negate the corresponding normal type or of your opponent's attributes. If you have that corresponding in your graveyard, you can pretty much shut them out. As far as an example of the best way to play it right now, I feel that World Legacy, World Chalice is the best way to play it at the current moment in time, just because I feel like it's really super easy to build off of these plays, and it has the perfect engine to go along with having a lot of normals inside of your deck. As far as the Magikey World, remember guys that it always adds 2 cards. It can add a ritual monster or a monster in general, pretty much that's a Magikey card, or it can add the Mafia on the second part of the effect and then protects your normals. As far as these combos, again, kind of in the middle of the combo where I'm picking up on this one. If you guys have ever seen World Chalice played, you already know where I'm coming from with the deck. But if you've never seen the deck, getting Lee into the graveyard and then getting the World Chalice yanked down in the graveyard allows you to profit 2 monsters onto the field, and then from there, using the M-Duck that gave you an extra normal summon, you can then link into a Lib. And then from there, the Guard Dragon being able to banish itself from the graveyard and then being able to trigger to put another monster onto the field and then special summon it is basically how you can profit off of that card, having that card in the deck. From there, you can activate Mafia, which again allows you to either fusion summon or ritual summon, depending on whatever you need to do for the combo. For this particular combo, I'm just kind of messing around with stuff, and this is like a test hand. But yeah, when you break it down, this test hand, so to speak, and obviously I can be completely wrong in what I'm doing. This deck is not easy to play. I'll just say that. World Chalice has never been easy to play, like I said. And I really feel like that's just underwhelming to end on a board like that. But it's just something that's pretty much where I could get from an opening hand like that. Let me know down in the comments if you think you could have done better right there. As far as the high ritual art, this card is actually really insane. And it's basically the new advanced ritual art. I don't even know what set it came out in, but I just know that it's legal. And I know that you can go pick it up. I'll try to put the price or something down and somewhere on here. But as far as building on into another combo, again, you get to add a ritual monster and then add another card, which is a Mafia, giving you 2 cards every single time that you activate the field spell Magikey World. And then from there, inside of the World Chalice archetype, there are specific pluses as well. At normal summoning lead to be able to add a Guard Dragon or any other World Legacy, World Chalice card, whatever. You can add whatever you want to. But the best way to play the deck, essentially, to me, is the same way you play a lot of off tier, not tier 0, not top tier, not the best deck combo decks, is to basically depend on Auroradon and Despot 001. Yes, it's cheesy. Yes, it's known. Yes, it gets kind of old to keep seeing stuff like that, but hey, you have to build from somewhere, you know what I mean? And as far as that is concerned, you can also After the further extension, you can choose to go into another ritual summon. In my opinion, the card to pick right here is the Advanced Ritual Art. And remember that you get that off of the arc light that you put onto the field. Obviously, you pop the 2 to summon Cult Wing, and then from there you can extend even further and get another Despot summon onto the field. The way all of these Wombo combos go, you guys know about Cult Wing and Despot 001. I'm not breaking any news, but I feel like this is maybe a decent combo as well. You know, I do feel that while you're not done, I do feel like Cross Sheep could potentially be a good plus inside of this deck, but it depends on you. If you wanted to end on Masquerena or something like that, that's definitely up to you. I just feel like there's so much versatility and utility. And as far as understanding the bigger ritual, you basically have a graveyard full of different attribute monsters that can help you negate pretty much anything that your opponent activates as far as monsters are concerned. As far as the baseline of future stuff, I guess, these combos pretty much all start off the same way, and that's getting the field spell onto the field, profiting 2 cards, and then getting into the cards that aren't quite out yet but will be out. The Maftiel, I think that's how you say his name, is basically going to be the new card that as soon as he's in your hand, all you have to do is reveal him and you will get another normal summon inside of that turn, so you don't have to summon him right then and there. And then from there, it's the same thing as I said before with the Despot stuff. It's really self-explanatory. The combo is the combo. You already know what it is, so I don't really have to go into that. But again, you can summon back a Despot 001. Except for this time, I feel like you are playing a deck that has ritual stuff in it. So therefore, you would want to extend, just much like the Ogdoadic stuff that I did a couple weeks ago. Being able to use that same engine to keep creating cards onto the field is really solid. And in my opinion, Dugares, which is one of the most underrated cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! That we don't talk about it enough for how good of a card it is. This card being able to actually profit a monster onto the field, which in my opinion, you should special summon the Despot 001. But detaching 2 cards, which those 2 cards are Arclight and Arclight, it helps you to profit exactly cards that you will need inside of the deck. Now you can pick high ritual art or advanced ritual art. In my opinion, advanced ritual art is the correct card pretty much all the time, unless you have an amazing card. But from there, I do feel like the correct way to play is to try to profit off of that Maftial that you had inside of your hand. And then this card, the Synchro card that you have on the field, allows you to actually set a spell or trap with Magikey in its name onto the field, which I would pick the counter trap pretty much all of the time. I don't feel like you would ever want to pick the other card. That I just don't think the other card is relevant at all. And then again, advanced ritual art, being able to dump 2 different types from the deck to the grave, and then obviously you could add to the inboard and put a Masquerena under this. And hey, I'm not gonna say it's amazing, I'm not gonna say it's ridiculous, stupendous, whatever you want to say, but I definitely feel like this is a little bit better, and the new cards definitely help facilitate that. I still don't think it's going to be earth-shattering, but and getting into an actual deck list that you could use right now, I feel like, or in the future, let me touch on the future one first. Maftial is really good, and it's going to matter, and it's going to help you play the deck. I don't feel like the deck is worth even wasting your time on if you're a really competitive player. But if it's like doing trigonometry, it's like doing really hard math problems for no reason whatsoever. There's just no point in putting that much energy into a deck like this. That's the problem with the deck. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But I do feel like when these new cards are out, it'll definitely be something that you want to consider. So you may want to pick it up now for the future reference that you're going to be able to pick up those cards and then go from there. As far as cards and the deck right now, I do feel like this would be how I would play it. If I were to touch the deck right now, I would 100% play it with World Chalice. It's the best way to play it, in my opinion. This isn't the best build. You obviously have to optimize it for whatever in the hell your meta is, if you really wanted to play it like that. But in case you didn't, this is just something you could mess around with as well. I'm not gonna say it's the best deck list. This is just hey, this is just testing around with that. But if you wanted to build on it, if you wanted to try something out, I definitely think that this would be the way to take it. I do feel like Prosperity is correct. I really picked Upstart just because I didn't feel like even trying to figure out what you would want to banish consistently each and every time. And obviously there's a lot to be desired, and it's just me trying to help people, and this has been requested a lot. So this was my effort in trying to help people, and I appreciate you for tuning in. I'm out. YG baby. Pegasus out.